Long Beach? Welcome back to GazetteSports.com. It's JJ.
And Mike.
And if you win it, they will come. Invitations, that is, to the 2011 Century Club Middle School Sports Banquet.
One of our favorite traditions in Long Beach sports. There's a lot of minivans and SUVs here, but a fine Grand Prix racing vehicle as well. Grand Prix Foundation of Long Beach, kind enough to help out with the cost of this event in these tough economic times.
Tip of the cap to them as they file into the Grand Hotel, where all the Century Club meetings are held. But on this day, you take time to hand out the programs and let everybody look at the champions.
Yeah, some very cool plaques here that'll be hung forever in the schools. Take a close look at some of these faces too, because these are the kids you're going to see starring in our Moore League high school sports videos in the next few years.
Lined up to get fed by the hot dog and bun boys.
Yeah, the bun boys and the grill crew right there, feeding 700 people in about an hour and a half. They were busy.
They were everybody was busy. It went from 0 to packed in like 3 seconds. And that's awesome because, like you say, Mike, it's kids feeding parents.
Yeah, usually in middle school, you know, the kids are waiting for their parents to serve dinner. It's nice for them to know, I won a championship. I got to get my mom and dad dinner today.
From the tables to the auditorium, where it is a packed house, and we take a closer look at the individual plaques that every single athlete gets with their name on it.
Yeah, these are plaques that kids hang on to forever. Very cool. I mean, you really have to tip your cap to the Century Club for managing the logistics of this and giving these kids a night to remember, too.
Like Mike said, over 700 packed in there for the Master of Hype Ceremonies, Dan Gooch. They kick it off with a spelling bee.
Naturally, a spelling bee, a very close spelling bee this year, too, but Denzel of Butler wins it on fertilizer, JJ.
It's perfect. He is definitely hyped up about it. But we're not done. We go to the talent portion where singing and hey, dancing is all you need to get on the stage.
Giselle from Stanford wins it with the ballad. You can see vote by fan reaction, and Stanford always packs the building, as does Joan Van Blum, middle school sports coordinator, and of course Mark Halloran, the current Century Club president.
Big names all around, including the man that started it all.
Sam Brooklander, one of the co-founders of this event 23 years ago. Tip of the cap to Sam as well. But let's get into the awards here. The most important award, of course, for youth sports, the Howard Lyon Sportsmanship Award, Division I, going to Hamilton.
Yeah, Division II going to Newcomb. You're right, Mike. That is the most important award, and they put it in front for a reason. We get to the sports now. It's football. Hughes takes the Division I championship.
Big shock there as the Owls reclaim the flag football championship, and Franklin taking the D2 title.
In girls volleyball, Hamilton takes the D1 title, and some names you recognize.
Yeah, very famous names in Long Beach volleyball. Some Iosias, some Kyles, a Mikaele, names that we've seen year after year in Long Beach.
Cubberley takes D2, slap hands. To basketball we go, where Hughes t-shirts tell you everything you need to know. It was a broken record in basketball. Hughes takes D1, and Colin Powell takes D2.
Scratch that broken record. As JJ mentioned, the Owls also soaring to a D1 girls basketball title, and D2 going once again to Colin Powell.
Parent paparazzi.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to shoot free throws when the kids can't see. You better turn those flashes off, parents.
We move over to boys track, where Hoover, uniformly dressed, takes the D1 track title. As some of the kids from Hoover take a closer look at those awesome flags. There I am. Butler, if you were wondering, takes the D2 boys title, and yeah, Denzel's still a ham.
a deserved ham, as he's a two-time champion tonight, and those kids put in work, because that is not the biggest team, but they won that title fair and square.
Rogers, D1 title for the girls track, and Cubberley making themselves very comfortable up on that stage, the D2 girls track champions. So we go to boys soccer, where Marshall coach Jesse Hernandez, former Milliken Ram, gets a fit o' the night. I want that hat.
I think some of his players did too. It looked like they were trying to take it off his head.
On the D2 side, Cubberley boys taking home the title.
But of course, no middle school sports awards banquet would be complete without a visit from Stanford, as they win the D1 girls soccer title yet again.
On the D2 side, Newcomb grabbing a title there. And so we move from the individual awards to the overall awards. In Division 2, the Hughes boys, Division 1, the Hughes boys take the overall title. And then the Hughes girls take the overall title. And then, woohoo!
Moves them into a tie with Stanford for most overall titles in history. Lindsay taking the D2 boys overall championship, and then Cubberley with such a great year this year taking the D2 girls, and that also earns them the D2 overall championship.
Put your ones up, kids. You deserved it. A tip of the cap to everybody who was there. Parents, coaches, athletes, Century Club members. This is what makes Long Beach sports so special.
We're the only city in the country that's got an event like this running for so long. All that coverage of these kids and, of course, as they move on in their career right here at GazetteSports.com.